99% of men over 40 get a few things wrong about building muscle, and it's why most of us will never build as much muscle as we're actually capable of. The truth is, as we get older, most of us end up losing muscle mass. But here's the deal, just because we're getting older, it doesn't mean our muscle gains have to slow down. Research shows that older men can build just as much muscle as younger men. This study, for example, compared the effects of resistance training on older men ages 35 to 50 and younger men ages 18 to 22. Not only did the older men gain just as much strength, but they also gained 17% more muscle mass. The question then becomes, why are most men over 40 gaining less muscle as we get older? That's exactly what I want to share in this video. A few things most men over 40 get wrong about building muscle. And make sure you watch till the end, because I'm going to share the exact workout program you can follow to make sure you're getting bigger and stronger as you age. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first thing 99% of men over 40 get wrong is protein timing. In your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight isn't going to cut it. This is because as we age, we experience anabolic resistance. In simple terms, this is a reduction in muscle protein synthesis rates in response to dietary protein. This is why younger men can stimulate muscle protein synthesis maximally with 20 grams, while older men need almost twice as much to accomplish the same result. In this study, for example, researchers compared the muscle protein synthetic response to 0, 10, 20, and 40 grams of protein post-exercise. They saw a 65% increase from 20 grams of protein and a 90% increase from 40 grams. The evidence is pretty clear that our protein needs increase as we get older, but increasing our daily protein intake alone is not enough. You see, the largest protein synthetic response came from older adults who consumed more protein per meal, not per day. In other words, consuming larger protein doses per meal has a more significant impact on muscle growth than simply increasing your total daily protein intake. Based on the current research, men over 40 should aim to consume around 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal to maximize their anabolic response. So, while consuming 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is enough, splitting your protein up into 3 to 5 meals at 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal would be more optimal. Another thing men over 40 get wrong is training intensity. Plenty of research shows that whether you're training for 1 to 5 reps, 8 to 12 reps, or 15 reps and above, you'll gain muscle just as quickly. So whether you're training heavy for lower reps or using lighter weights and performing higher reps, what really matters is how hard you're pushing yourself during those sets. When we're lifting heavier weights, muscle fiber activation is already maximal from the first rep, meaning the entire muscle experiences a significant growth stimulus right away. When we're training with lighter weights, muscle fiber activation relies on fatigue mechanisms, which typically kick in after several reps, thus you'll need to train closer to failure. The question then becomes, how do I know if I'm pushing hard enough? A good rule of thumb is as follows. When it comes to heavy compound lifts, aim for an RPE of 8. In other words, push to the point where you have 2 reps left in the tank. With isolation exercises, because they're less taxing, feel free to push to failure or close to it. The next thing most men over 40 get wrong is training volume. As we age, we tend to reduce our training volume to avoid overtraining or aid recovery. But what if I told you that we should be doing more volume in the gym, not less? This meta-analysis found that workout programs with higher training volumes led to significantly greater increases in lean body mass among older adults. This 2012 study comparing younger and older men revealed that while increasing exercise volume had minimal impact on younger participants, older men who doubled their exercise volume experienced a significant increase in muscle protein synthesis rates. This suggests that upping your training gaining volume is a powerful strategy to counteract the age-related decline in muscle anabolism. This isn't to say we need to double the amount of sets we do, but rather we should aim to do more sets per muscle group gradually over time. And the last thing most men over 40 get wrong is recovery. One thing that does slow down with age is our ability to recover. And recovery isn't just about avoiding muscle soreness, it's about how efficiently our muscles can repair. There are 3 important recovery times we get wrong: the time we rest in between sets, the time we rest in between training days, and the time we spend sleeping. One 2016 study showed that participants who rested for 3 minutes between sets saw significantly greater muscle growth compared to those who rested for just 1 minute. Another study compared one group resting for 5 minutes between sets and another group resting for just 1 minute. They found that the group with the longer rest periods experienced double the muscle protein synthetic response. And while we don't all have time to spend hours at the gym, I do recommend aiming for at least 3 minutes in between sets for your big heavy compound lifts. As for the rest between workouts, allow about 24 to 48 hours between sessions that target the same muscle group. And while some individuals can get away with less, others may need a bit more. A simple rule of thumb would be this: if you're still sore, rest a little longer, and if you're not sore, don't worry about waiting an extra day. And last but not least, sleep. Muscle recovery is kicked into overdrive while we sleep. A number of studies have shown that sleep deprivation negatively affects physical recovery and performance. But sleep deprivation also affects your hormone production, the most important of which is testosterone. This study showed that men who only slept for 6 hours or less had testosterone levels that were more than 14% lower than men who routinely slept for more than 8 hours. Similarly, this 2011 study discovered that men restricted to 5 hours of sleep per night for just 7 days experienced a 10 to 15% drop in testosterone levels. And if that wasn't enough, sleep deprivation has also been directly linked to increased rates of fat gain and muscle loss. Thus, if you're not getting enough sleep, you'll not only gain more fat, but you'll also lose your hard-earned muscle. Ideally, you should aim for 7 to 9 hours of high-quality sleep each night. Now, doing more sets, eating more protein per meal, and getting enough rest are all pretty straightforward. And if you're doing all of these things, you'll have no problem building muscle despite getting older. But if you're looking for optimal results, then check out our video on 3 workout splits guaranteed to build muscle for men over 40. There, you'll find 3 science-based workouts to choose from. Just use the guidelines in the video to determine which one is best for you. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.